Welcome to Season 4 of Outstanding Women Leaders, Witty and Wise Conversations. I'm your host, Katie L. Leeds, founder and chief OWL at Outstanding Women Leaders, OWL Professional Coaching and Podcast, an organization dedicated to empowering women in leadership, relationships, and life. OWL is on a mission to host 100 million witty and wise conversations that inspire you, disrupt the way leaders think, and stir your soul into action. That inspiration begins with a set of rules to guide our conversation today. Nobody gets to be wrong. Nobody gets to be right. Everybody gets to be vulnerable. And rule number 4, my personal favorite, everything is included. We do not edit here. This conversation is exactly what it needs to be in this moment in time. We've asked our guests to join us via video to allow us to create authentic connection. Eyes are the window to the soul. You will be seen here. You will be heard. There is space for you. When this conversation comes to a close, I will ask our guests 3 questions. If you've tuned in before, you know what they are. If you haven't, you don't want to miss them. But enough about me. Today, I'm excited to welcome outstanding women leader, Courtney Marchment, a certified professional executive coach, ACC and CPCC like myself, and founder of her coaching business, where she serves teams and individuals globally. She brings 10 plus years of experience as a leadership coach with extensive background in learning and development, talent development, and business management. She works with driven and ambitious business leaders to reach their potential and achieve fulfillment through inner transformation. Welcome, Courtney. Before we even jump in, people, the bonus episode is amazing, so make sure you listen to both of these. But more importantly, Courtney, this is where we're going to dive into your story. Growing up as a 6'2" manifester. Take us in the somewhat fast version here, from there all the way to coactive and beyond.
Oh my goodness. My life was outside. I always remember being outside, like amongst the trees. I grew up in South Lake Tahoe in California, big skier, mountain person. And actually, my mom and dad, I had these key experiences of camping growing up. My mom and dad said we only went camping 3 times. So that is just a core memory for me, right? I was like, what? We only went 3 times. So I was just in the clouds, in the trees, like meandering about. I never really, I already knew stuff. I don't know how I knew stuff. I just knew it. But actually fitting into school and education, it was hard. It was hard. I want to be up. I want to be moving. I want to be chatting. I want to be connecting. And so those traditional ways of educating ourselves were challenging for sure. I did it, went through university, went through college. I found my way back to the mountains after I graduated college from Santa Clara University. I moved up to Canada. So I'm currently located in British Columbia on the unceded traditional territory, the Little Nation. And I am fortunate enough and privileged enough to become a Canadian citizen. Here, I worked in the ski industry and eventually worked my way up in corporate America because Vail Resorts bought Whistler Blackcomb.
I have a question on this corporate America. How does a manifester survive in corporate America with this repelling aura and this?
Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Don't get me started. Oh, it was a fucking struggle. Let's be honest. So prior to corporate America buying Whistler Blackcomb, it was this ski resort as ski resorts were back in the day. They were kind of haphazardly thrown together. My whole lineage grew up in ski resorts. My dad was running ski lifts from the time he was 9 years old. I thought that was my future. I thought that was my destiny. I thought I was going to be the general manager of a ski resort. Like I said, the mountains have always been part of me. So I misunderstood that dream as mine, but it was really my dad's and my family's dream. So here I am in a ski resort, coaching skiing, managing ski schools, working in HR. Corporate America comes, buys Whistler Blackcomb. Here's Vail Resorts. And you know what? I hung in there. I could hang. But let's just say my conditioning allowed me to fit in. It allowed me to just be a good girl, sit, stay, yes, please. Is that okay? Is that not okay? I felt internal misalignment often and didn't really know how to articulate that or what I was experiencing. I knew what I was learning was valuable. I was coaching. I became a learning and development specialist. So I was now designing learning. I started to love that. And I knew I was right on it. I was around something that I loved, but I didn't know what it was. I was starting to coach leaders and bring teams together. I was starting to ask big, powerful coaching questions without knowing I was coaching. Then the turning point, the hero story happened when I had my first son. And then everything changed. Woof, gotta get emotional. My life was changed. It was the most beautiful experience I've ever had, having my son, and the most challenging. And from that place, I was cracked open, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And I was made aware of parts of my brain that I didn't know existed, and I couldn't lie anymore. I couldn't hold back my emotion anymore. I couldn't stop being who I was anymore. And raising him from a tiny baby to this gorgeous 4-year-old human that he is today, I knew my life was vastly different. I couldn't think the same. And right around here, I was introduced to a coach. And I had one conversation with her, and it changed my life. And she looked at me and said, "Courtney, you're a coach." "What do you mean a coach? A ski coach?" No, a coach. I didn't know what it was, but now I'm curious. And so I had my second son, a healing experience with my second son. And now this coaching thing's getting louder. And now corporate America is deciding, "Courtney, you now need to move to Colorado because we can't have you be in Canada anymore." And I said, "No, I won't do it." And that is when I had my investment into my coaching education. I found CTI. I started. And that's when I knew I was home. And that's when I put words and language and structure and knowledge in that like certified professional coaching environment to be like, oh, this is the thing I've been doing my whole life. I used to be sitting around a campfire, like asking the deep questions of my friends, like, what do you see for your future vision? What's blocking you? Like I was doing this shit from when I was 9 years old. So when I became a coach, everyone in my life was like, oh, duh. And then the stories just accelerated from there.
I love how much your profile shows up in your backstory of you as a kid. I just knew stuff and I didn't know how I knew that. That is the 6th line in action. And when someone informs a manifester, they listen. It's my favorite tweak to give a parent. If you have a child that's a manifester, don't ask them if they brush their teeth. Inform them their teeth are dirty. Just something nice about how the way you receive the informing.
It's true. If you tell me something, I do it. My husband, he laughs at me because I'll go to a seminar or I'll learn a new technique and I imply it immediately. Like I just do it. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm in.
I need to introduce my friend that's a 6'2" projector because that, yep, I'm in. That sounds like her. It's hilarious.
Like I don't need to, like if it feels good, I'm in.
Yeah. So manifester has that moment. And as we talk in the bonus episode, you're going to hear all of the magical powers that this manifester possesses. And, your purpose is you're here to learn to love the unknown and be a devotee of life itself. My goodness, have you devoted yourself to life? And you're showing us how to do it. Tell us how you manifest a business.
By being so open. I fully believe that the success I have is from opening myself up, not hiding, not quieting. I remember in my first course on coaching, I had this resistance to putting myself out there on social media. Am I an influencer now? What is this? And when I just surrendered to all of that and I opened my heart and I let my heart speak, honestly, that's when it happened. Like I just put myself out there, and being a manifestor, I initiate. So I started to connect to people from my heart, not with force. And I found myself a mentor. And from that mentor, I was connected to getting some great first contracts with corporate companies, facilitating learning and workshops. And then we had this strong connection, and I just felt this momentum begin. And it's just through these really heart-led connections. And then when January hit, so I'm 6 months in my business and things are happening. Like I have one-to-one clients now. I'm helping support entrepreneurs. Like this is all going. I almost burnt out. Like my manifestor energy was flying off the walls, like no focus, all initiation, 1,200 ideas all at once. They all need to happen right now. If they don't, I suck. In this moment of almost complete burnout is when I said, white flag, I need help. I need help. I've never been an entrepreneur before. I've never started a business before. I have passion and excitement and drive, but no structure or strategy. And this was the turning point. So in January of 2020, whatever year we're in now, 2023. Yeah, I'm like, what year is it? I hired her. So I've only, 8 months into working with her, and my business scaled from it scaled to 6 figures in my first year. I just launched my first high ticket group program, which helps people do exactly what I'm doing, which is scale their own business to 6 figures in alignment with corporate companies using a learning tool. So you use human design. I use something called Insights Discovery. I took this bit of wisdom and knowledge and love from one of my previous corporate company, and I bring that to teams and I bring it to individuals, and I found a way to combine this. So I offer strategic mentorship and coaching to my clients in a group experience, and I'm so excited. So it's just all the things. Heart-led connection got me here, asking for help got me here, focus got me here, and like never drifting away from my inspiration.
That is a soul on fire right there. It's such an inspiring journey, because what you talk about is the investment you made in yourself. And also just hearing that you've informed yourself the whole way. You've informed yourself, white flag, inform myself. You're really living that alignment in your strategy before you knew that you had a strategy. And what I love, the magic of synchronicity, is that as you start to tune into your mechanics, it's just like giving that car the right gas and oil. What it says and what makes you radiant, every experience deepens your inner radiance. In time, you will glow from within with the sheer sensual mystery of life. As you let life touch you deeply, you will stop trying to control the outer direction of your life. This is what keeps you healthy.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
And it just means that letting go and enjoying your life and reveling in life. This is what keeps you feeling vivacious. This is what keeps you with the flag that says go. It's the green flag.
And I love that. And that realization that I and us as humans, we don't need to do more. We don't need to do more to be successful. We need to do less.
Yeah. The transformation happens in the empty space. It happens in the pause. They're absolutely right. Everything about your life tells you to forget the future. I love that about your chart.
Because forget the future?
Yes. There's expectations in the future.
I'm in alignment when I forget my future. Is that what it is?
You are. The people who stock up for the future are the people who live entirely for the moment. You're the latter. Every experience, this makes you radiate.
It's true. It's so true. I always say on road trips, my favorite parts are these spontaneous, unexpected gifts that happen. And that's how I feel about life. Like when I just look around me at the spontaneousness, like I'm looking out my beautiful window in Canada at like the sun shining on the leaves, like that's peace. And that's when I know I've made it.
Courtney, where can people find you?
On my Instagram, I am Courtney Marchment _coaching, or at CourtneyMarchment.com.
We wrap up here. What is your purpose?
to connect people to their essence and to heal the world.
You make others' lives simpler just with your clarity and your knowing smile.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I read that in your chart. What's your superpower?
I make people feel comfortable and seen instantly.
What's next for you?
I'm going to heal the world.
Yeah, tell us about that high ticket offer you have coming up.
So launching in 2 weeks is my Ignite group program. And it's a group coaching program for coaches, facilitators, and consultants that want to scale their coaching business to 6 figures, create more impact using a learning tool. So in my program, every month, I'm going to teach you in a learning workshop through my Blaze method, which took my own business from 0 to 6 figures, as I mentioned. I'm going to give you the tools and strategy and structure that you need to feel supported on your entrepreneurial journey. I'm also going to meet with you once a month in a one-to-one space where I do transformational coaching with you. And there's a group coaching experience. So every month we have 3 key touch points to really help you scale your business. Not only that, we have a WhatsApp group chat that's open 3 days a week, because business does not just happen in our sessions. It happens all the time. And I'm going to be ultimately teaching you how to identify those core values, those key blocks. I'm also going to teach you how to modify and enhance your facilitation skills, your group coaching skills, write robust proposals, how to build momentum with your clients so you don't need more, you need less, and create more impact for you and your clients.
I am sold. Where do I sign? I love that you're helping people do less. I think I see so many business owners that are constantly putting, this is not a 9 to 5 job. And I'm like, it's right. It's a 2 to 4 if you want it to be. I love that you're really helping people step in and claim that.
It's so true. And the benefit of rest. What is the benefit when we're resting? That's where our creative genius comes from. That hustle culture is BS, and that leads to burnout. That's not what we're about. We're about sustainable energy. As a manifestor, I speak to that.
Yes. Well, as a generator, I'm going to just throw in the hat there and inform you that I'd love to team up with you in the future.
Anytime. Let's do it.
And as we close out, I always leave my guest with the last words. Manifest us something.
Oh, girl. Last words. I don't know why, but this is coming through to me. Like, be good to people around you. Love them, and love them so deeply.